What is up, YouTube? Game888 here, and today I'm bringing you guys my updated Eldlich build for this format. As you all know, I've been grinding a lot on DuelingBook, and at the moment I keep on stranded around 50th place something. I think it's really hard to grind up from there because, well, you have to win like 5-6 times before you can lose one time and land on the same spot, so that's kind of fucked up. But I mean, it's normal, so yeah. At the moment, I'm actually doing really well. I want to show the build that I'm actually happy with at the moment. And I also want to say that small things that I'm still working on, because it's always important to keep you guys updated. Alright, first things first, before I show the deck profile, I want to do one big shout out to my sponsor, Team Card Guild. They've given me like this straight up awesome mat. So from now on, if I do IRL videos, I will be doing it on this mat. So yeah, it's an awesome looking mat. I'm just happy with it. The link to Team Card Guild is in my description below. And yeah, huge shout out. So yeah. Then let's go into the video. First things first, really surprising, I'm only playing one Eldlich the Golden Lord. At the moment, I don't think you need more. There's only 2 matchups in the entire game that you're thinking like, okay, I probably should run to, and that's against the Invoke Dogmatica builds, because they banish with Invocation and they can banish with Ice Dragon's Prison, because that's the one deck that is probably running it the most. Against other decks, you don't really mind. And then the mirror match, because of Hakero, of course. But then you just have to maybe outplay with Scarlet and go from there. And in the mirror match against Eldlich, you're going to win with Dragoon anyway, instead of using the Eldlich engine. Yeah, I've had like maybe 100 duels. It came up once or twice that I needed the second one, and that's because I was misplaying than just needing the second one. So yeah, I still think one Golden Lord is definitely enough because of that. Triple Magician Souls. This card is just a bomb. It's an extender. It provides an additional body on the field, which is really important because this combo tends to end on Predaplan, Verti, Anaconda to go into Dragoon, so you just need 2 effect monsters. And just the fact that you can recycle, like you can send Eldlich spells and traps and then you can draw, and they just trigger in the end phase. You get more pluses. It's just amazing. It does everything the deck wants you to do. So, One Apprentice Illusion Magician as the quote-unquote brick. You don't really mind drawing this. If you're going first and you have your standard combo, on top of One Apprentice Illusion Magician, you will end an additional Savage Dragon, so you'll get an extra negate out of drawing this. So it's definitely not bad. You can also discard any Eldlich traps, so you'll get additional value anyways. So yeah, and then you can search Dark Magician, which is funny, but doesn't really come up. But it's a free card that you add, so you can use Plague Spreader effect to put it on the top, special summon it, so it's just more effective. So yeah, definitely the way to go with the Apprentice Illusion Magician in this build. Triple DD Savant Kepler. I know 2 is enough for going first, but I'm playing a 45 card build instead of a 40, so I really want to max out on this. 3 Kepler is definitely the way to go. A lot of people forget that this card has other effects, like you can just Surge the Gate, which is fine because it's your combo, but when you're grinding, you can normal summon this and bounce back a gate that you have as well. So if you don't have another gate in your deck, but you have one on the field, you can still reuse it. Get it into your hand for Golden Lords to discard it, stuff like that. And then its scale effect actually comes up in the Mystic Mind matchup, because this card, if it's in the scale during each of your standby phases, it'll lower its scale, so then it goes to 8, it goes to 6 and so on, and it destroys your monsters with a higher level. So you can just, if you have links on the field, you can just tribute summon your Golden Lord or your bricks like the Dark Magician, Red Eyes, the Driver, and then you can just destroy your own monsters. Let the Mystic Mind destroy itself. So it is an out. So it's rather funny. DD Lamia. You only need 1. Multiples could be good because it's still a tuner, but then you'd probably be running other cards like the DD, what's it called, like the wolf-like thing, the Orthros, so you can search a spell Trap Disruption, but in this metagame you don't need that because Dragon Link, Infernoble, those things are the meta, so you just need your combo pieces. The 1 DD Lamia is definitely enough. The Sword of Brick, Plague Spreader Zombie, you play 1 for Halki Fibrex to summon. Because if you play Plague Spreader Zombie, you're completely safe for Nibiru, you're safe for Veiler, Impum. Like even Nibiru plus Gamma, you can play around if they try to do it on your Anaconda, just by having the Plague Spreader Zombie. So that's actually why you run it. It's also a zombie that you can... a tuner zombie that you can summon off of Scarlet if you have the Lord, so even in grind games, if your Halki Fibrex is negated, this can come up. I'll put these on the side because that's more or less the engine that you're going to try and use. Then for hand traps, we're playing 13 hand traps in the main, I believe, and then 3 in the side. So first things first, triple Ash. This isn't a high combo deck like Dragon Link, so you're playing Ash Blossom. If you're playing Dragon Link, you shouldn't be doing this. Then you should be running Droll and Lockbird in the main, Gamma and Nibiru, and that's it. Maybe Impermanence, but that's debatable even. But since this is more of a grind deck, you definitely need other hand traps. So triple Ash is definitely a way to go. Double Effect Veiler. The reason I'm running Veiler is because I have the Halki Fibrex into Selene into Axis Code, and you don't want to draw your one-off Veiler and then not be able to resolve that combo at all. So 2 Veiler is at the minimum needed. I'd like to play more hand traps even, but sometimes you just brick on them as well, so you have to watch out with that. You need to find the correct ratios. So yeah, maybe 1 or 2 more couldn't hurt, but yes, it's kind of awkward sometimes. I'm running double Nibiru. To begin with, I don't really like Nibiru in the format because you have to play it so they can't make a Herald. That's the purpose of Nibiru these days. And if you have Veiler or you have Impum, you can pretty much prevent the Herald from coming out either way. So Nibiru kind of falls short on that regard. But Nibiru is like, it's the bomb when you draw this alongside Gamma, so you really want to be playing it, but it's not the best hand trap in the game right now, I think. You just throw it so they can't use Herald, and then they still combo off and you might lose anyways. But it's definitely a necessary evil, I think, so yeah, it's there. Triple Cyframe Gear Gamma, the best hand trap in the game. Like, this card can stop entire turns on its own. The card is nuts! It negates and destroys, so yeah. I mean, and then the 1 brick in Cyframe Driver. When you're playing on DuelingBook, you see this more than the Gamma, but oh well. I think it's something in the algorithm of DuelingBook where you see 1-offs more than 3-offs sometimes. But yeah, that's just how the game is, I guess. And then Dark Magician and Red Eyes Black Dragon. I did say that I was running the Dragoon package. These 2 are necessary for that, unfortunately. In a 45 card deck with 3 normal monsters, you really have a low chance. Like, you have 30% chance to opening 1, at least 1. But then the chances drop like to 1% or even lower to see multiples, and still you're going to draw multiples, which just sucks. Like, playing more than 100 games and you see this, like, sometimes you open both, which it just sucks. But then you can still win because Dragoon is just a 1-card engine, so it doesn't matter. That's it for the monsters. So for the spells, double Red Eyes Fusion. I've already explained in my previous videos why I run 2. I think it's better because sometimes you just send 1 of the Anaconda and then it gets negated. So you definitely need the second because else your Red Eyes and your Dark Magician are dead cards and you don't want that. On top of that, just opening it isn't the worst. Like if you don't see combo but you have the Red Eyes Fusion, if they don't have Ash, you probably are going to make game anyway. So definitely a great card. Triple Cursed Eldland, just to get your Eldlich engine going. If you have souls alongside this, it's just the nuts. You can search your you search Conquistador, special souls, send this. I tend to not send 2 cards these days because then they hand trap the souls, and you rather have them hand trap your Halki Fibrax because you don't care about that. The combo plays through a negate on Halki Fibrax, and just because you have the souls at that point, they might not even hand trap the Halki Fibrax. So it's a weird position that you put them in. But just sending the Eldland, make sure you can send the Hakero, and then Hakero effect gets your Scarlet in the end phase, so you have Scarlet Conquistador just by having Eldland with souls. It's just amazing. Triple Gate card is nuts. Like even in the grind game, if you have a Gate or a Kepler, you can just like imagine you have Gate, you search Kepler, normal Kepler, get another Gate. So you went +2 out of 1 card. It might not seem relevant because both the Kepler and the Gate are kind of useless that you got, but you can link away the Kepler for plays, and then you have Souls, you have Golden Lord, you have Dragoon to discard. There's multitude of cards that you actually be using fodder for, so it's just awesome. And then a couple of extenders. I'm playing 1 Monster Reborn. Reason being, I think the card is nuts. If you see it going first and you have your combo, because it's a 1 card combo, it's reasonable to play Monster Reborn. You don't need multiples of something else. And if you get Gammat on the Halki Fibrax, you can just Monster Reborn the Hulk and then still have full combo. Still get into your Dragoon's play, so you can play around Gamma that way. If they don't hand trap you, this can the Monster Reborn can revive your Link Rebo, so they can't run over the Herald that easily if you need it. Going second, it can just revive anything from the opponent. Tuners maybe extend from there. So yeah, it's just awesome. And then 1 emergency teleport, pretty much the same thing. You can just extend your combos. This isn't as great as Monster Reborn, I feel, but it still provides a tuner. So it's a tuner extender. Another body on the board. So with this you can make Halki Fibrax easier, and you can also make your Verti Anaconda easier if they do happen to hand trap something. That's it for the spells. It's not that many, but I mean it's an Eldlich variant, so you don't need many spells. For traps, I'm playing triple Scarlet. Card is the nuts. I mean, it's great. It always gets ashed, but that you don't mind. Triple Conquistador. You need to play this at 3, and then double Hakero. I don't feel like you need a 3rd Hakero. Sometimes it comes up like where you wanted the Hakero. Maybe you have hard drawn one, but sometimes you just like your opening hands. They can be like Eldland and then Hakero plus Conquistador, and you're kind of stuck, and you're thinking like, okay, now I have to do like the standard Eldlich play of adding Golden Lord, ditching this to pop my own land, and you're not getting anywhere with that. I just don't like that play, so yeah, just 2 Hakero, just decrease your odds to brick on this. Triple Infinite Impermanence, the card is just, it's amazing. It's not a monster effect that you're using, so they can't use triple tactical talents with this. I like to use Imperm first, if I can, just so they can't tactics me immediately. It's just a thing that can happen, so. And then, the last card, it's kind of a weird choice now, because I really wanted to play 45. Just the odds of seeing your bricks less, and it's good ratios somehow. But I had a 16 card side deck. Well, actually even more, but I had to cut some cards, and then I came out to 16, and I couldn't decide what to cut out, so I decided to put one of the 16 cards from my side deck into the main, And because it was a one-off, I thought like Imperial Order, main decking it isn't bad. If I go first and I see it, then I have an out for opponent's droplets. I can out like most of the spells. Like if you go against Dragon Link, their Boot Sector launch, their Quick launch, the World Legacy Guard Dragon card, they're all dead. Chaos Zone or Chaos Space. All those things are just dead cards at that point, and just having your Dragoon negate without the fear of being tactical talents on it is actually really good. So Imperial Order isn't that bad of a choice for the main deck in this build. If you see it, it's great. If you're going second and it's kind of dead in your hand, you still have Souls, you have Golden Lord, you can get rid of it. So it's definitely not the weirdest choice to be playing in the main deck in this build. And it's just funny against decks that need their spells in their second turn. Like, if you out a Mechaba and they want to use Invocation, you flip it then you're going to win. So it's just an awesome card in general, Imperial Order. So yeah, that was the main deck, 45 cards. If you have any recommendations at all, you can definitely give it to me. I know that the Rocket package is a thing at this point, but I really don't like it. I don't feel it plays through hand traps as well and as easily. Yeah, it's just my opinion, I guess. So if you want to say something, definitely do. I'm here for that. I listen to the comments. I like it. Send me your deck builds through Facebook. It's the easiest. I do get messages from that, so it notifies me really easily. For the extra deck, one Martial Metal Marcher. It's just part of the combo as well with the Herald. Then there's an extended combo if I draw either Souls with 3 spells in either field or grave, so it's definitely viable going second. Or if I see the Apprentice, or if I get off Driver with the Gamma. Sometimes it happens where you go Gate and they try to Ash that so you can Gamma. Then you get an additional level 6 on the field, and the combination with Souls and 3 spells requires Selene, but it also gives you the additional level 6 that you need to go into Savage Dragon. And if you get it off, you negated something, like you've seen your brick, but you can make an additional negate from it, so that's actually a nice thing to do. Then this Synchro spot is kind of a flex option. But I've opted for Cyframe Lord Omega for 2 reasons. I had a 14 card extra deck and I could choose one more card, and I thought, okay, I'm only playing one Golden Lord, what if they banish it? Omega can put it back if need be, and it's actually not that hard to summon because Ash plus a trap card is already Omega, so you can put it back that way and you get a trap in the grave immediately. So you get a Scarlet back, then send your Golden Lord back to the grave and you have access again. So it's definitely not that bad to play Omega just in case your Golden Lord does get banished. And then the second reason is because of Dogmatica. Like the Maximus sends 2 cards to the graveyard, you can send Omega and then you have a little bit of grave control. You can see what they have, you can send it back and like whatever you need, and it's some form of disruption, I guess. If they have anything that they can use, you can prevent them using it. So it's definitely great. For links, I'm playing 3 link ones in Linkaribo, Linkross, and Link Spider. Both Linkaribo and Linkross are there for the combo. Link Spider is there in case you get Nibiru. Then you need Link Spider to complete your combo. Also, if you just have a trap out on the field, or maybe you've tribute summoned the driver, then this can come up to make Verti Anaconda, because you can't, or Access Code Talker, because you need an effect monster for that. It's definitely a thing. Link 2s, we're playing double Halki Fibrax. One is for the combo, the second one is for follow-up. It's so easy to go into Access Code Talker with the second Halki Fibrax. You win so many games with that. You can even steal games, so definitely don't just scoop. You can just steal games really easily. Just try it, and if you win, you win. And then for the second Link 2, I'm playing double Predaplant, Verti, Anaconda. I have been doubting to be playing Super Polymerization, both main or side. just not worth it. It comes up once in a blue moon. It's definitely not that great. Verti Anaconda, however, I'm playing 2 for the biggest reason for that is if you have heralds with Anaconda on the field and they have Nib Gamma, they can they do it on the summon of Anaconda, so you don't get your so you're only stuck with 1 token. At that point, you're going to use the token into a Link Spider, use the Plague effect in the graveyard because you're not using that in your normal combo, and you have 2 monsters again. Link your second Verti Anaconda, and then you can still use the effect. It is a thing that comes up sometimes, and it's actually great that you have the option for that. So yeah. Also, if your first Anaconda gets negated and then destroyed, you still have the second one, your extra deck. Remember, you're playing 2 fusions, so there's always that. If you can do it, why not? One thing that I try to do, if I can, is if you have Verti Anaconda on the field with the Herald and the Dragoon, you can play around Super Poly by using Verti's effect, targeting your Herald to make it dark, and then negating it with your own Dragoon. That way you also make Dragoon already have 4000 attack during your turn, and just make sure that you have another card to discard. It makes you play around Super Polymerization, which is a great thing to do. And already making it have 4000 attack means you're going to win against Eldlich because they don't have an out for it if it already has 4000. Then it's really easy to win that matchup. So yeah, that's something you can do with the Verti Anaconda. Like that way you can also discard another trap during your turn, just for setting up Scarlet Conquistador. So yeah. For Link 3s, I'm playing Nightmare Unicorn. This card comes up so much. Do not underestimate this. Like, I make this like once in every 2 games. It's the nuts. Like, not only the send back to the deck effect, but just the fact that it's a Link 3 to go into Access Code Talker. Both things are really viable, so yeah. And as said before, I am playing Celine in Access Code. It's just a good combination of cards, so yeah. And then the final card in the extra deck is a Dragoon. Best boss monster at the moment. It's really good. And then for the side deck. Side deck might seem a bit weird, but I've been working on this like constantly, which is crazy. So yeah, at the moment, triple draw and lock. Dragon Link, Infonoble, even Dinos, like this card is good against it, so it is definitely main deck worthy if DuelingBook didn't have so many random decks as well. Maybe in a YCS where you know a lot of people would be coming, or in a big tournament with big names, this card is main deck worthy, but yeah, not in this format. Triple Lightning Storm. I do feel the card is better than Cosmic Cyclone at the moment. Just get rid of all the back row. And then definitely in combination with this, I'm playing 2 Forbidden Droplets. Like if you see Lightning Storm and Droplets, you out pretty much every board. Not a lot of people are actually summoning everything in defense anymore. So yeah, this is definitely a good combination. Also Forbidden Droplets is your out against Dragoons and against the Buster Dragon lock. I'm pretty sure you guys already know, there's a Buster Blader deck at the moment roaming around, which summons the Synchro monster, the Buster Dragon, and then the Fusion monster, a Buster Blader, the Destruction Swordsman or something, Dragon Destruction Swordsman. Like, it's just skill drains your entire field. It's crazy. You can't use you can't activate monster effects because of that, and the actual play of the deck is turn 1, they summon Dragoon because they play 3 Red Eyes Insight and 3 Red Eyes Fusion, so they get to Dragoon, and then in your turn they use their trap cards to summon the lock. So you can't use monster effects, and then the Dragoons is there to negate anything. So Forbidden Droplet is actually a way to out that, but at the moment the deck isn't that highly played, so I thought 2 droplets is enough. You also don't want to draw into 3 droplets, which would be detrimental for you, but like drawing into 2 droplets is already bad enough, so yeah. But in general, I feel like you definitely need this or Tactic Talents, and I prefer this over Tactic Talents, so yeah. And then I have a bunch of going first cards, which might seem weird, but what happens, like game 2 and 3, if I get to go first, my opponents are siding a lot of going second cards in, because it's Eldlich. Things like Red Reboot are definitely a thing, Lightning Storm. I do play Dragoon, so triple Tactic Talents are coming in, additional hand traps, and I'm often stuck with just having the one Dragoon on field, turn 1. And that's not that great, so you need additional protection. And for that protection, games 2 and 3, if I go first, triple Solemn Judgment. The card can negate anything, so why not? And then 2 summon limits, and 2 anti-spell fragrance to accompany the Imperial Order that's already in the main deck. If I had one more spot, I'd give it to Summon Limit, because Summon Limit prevents Dragon Link and Infernoble way more than Anti-Spell or any other card would do. I'm actually contemplating of taking out 1 Solemn Judgment for the 3rd Summon Limit again, but I kind of need to see how that would work. It's one of the things that I could change out again. But yeah, that's it for the side deck. Maybe I need to, like, make an explanation for the anti-spells. The thing that I saw is like things like Lightning Storm and Forbidden Droplet. It doesn't count Forbidden Droplet that well, but they have to use it during when you flip it, and then you have the Herald, so it's kind of safe. And triple Tactic Talents at the most. So those things are really detrimental for the board, and anti-spell makes sure that they have to set it. So Dragoons is actually game at that point, because if you have Verti Anaconda and Dragoons on your field, in your turn you have Plague Spreader Zombie from the graveyard to go Verti Anaconda and Plague into Halki Firebrax, and then do the Access Code Talker play, and that's 8,000 on its own. So in general, that should be game at that point. Yeah, it's not always what happens, of course, but I do feel the anti-spells, when I have them, they are really good, so yeah. That's it for the deck profile. I hope you guys like it. I'm going to show you guys off a little bit of tokens, and then I will see you guys in the next video. So yeah, ciao!